Our next bout, ladies and gentlemen, is a semi-pro welterweight British title bout. It's to be fought on the 2 5-minute rounds and is sponsored by Sunderland Combat Forum. Introducing first in the blue corner, representing Bradford, Fulham, Kazan, James Doyle.
James Doyle, from Bradford, 27 years old, 6 foot 1 inch tall. His mixed martial arts record is 3-1. Trains with Mark Spencer from Fuller Kazan. From a very strong kickboxing background. Training with Mark Spencer has really improved his ground game as well.
And his opponent on the next, in the red corner, representing Sunderland Combat Forum, Lee Heeley.
Lee Heeley, from Sunderland, 34 years old, 5 foot 7 inches tall. His mixed martial arts record is 3-0. From a strong jiu-jitsu and boxing background. He is the welterweight British champion, and he's putting his belt on the line tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is a semi-pro welterweight British title bout to be fought over 2 5-minute rounds and is sponsored by the Sunderland Combat Forum. In the blue corner, the challenger, representing Bradford, Fulham, Kazan, weighing in at 75.8 kilos, James Doyle. In the red corner, defending his title, weighing in at 78.5 kilos, representing Sunderland Combat Forum, Lee Heeley. Your referee for this bout is Mr. Trevor Mitchell.
This fight I have been looking forward to for a long time. People have been talking about this matchup. Doyle has got a 6-inch height advantage and the reach advantage. Heeley, excellent grappler, but really improved his boxing. This should be an exciting fight, Steve.
Round one.
Well, it's for the title. Heeley defending it.
Whoa. Heeley was caught on the button there. Needs to keep his hands up there, Steve.
Yeah, he certainly recovered from it though, straight away in for a takedown, and gets it.
Very good takedown by Heeley. This just shows, Steve, how fit these guys are.
Yeah,
because
certainly
he was
durable.
all over the place there. If he wasn't fit, he would have been clean out there. It just shows how good a striker Doyle is. But this is what Heeley's known for. You know, he gets people on the ground. He's known, even though he does go for submissions, he's a little bit of a spoiler, Steve, if that makes sense. You know, stops people from working. His pins seem very tight there.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's fast, aggressive on the floor. You know, he's moving all the time. You know, people struggle to pin him down to reply submissions. But, I mean, obviously Doyle, as you said earlier, has got a 6-inch reach advantage, which did, I think, make a hell of a difference when you're going toe-to-toe with someone. And obviously more so, that's why you need to really keep your hands high, especially with the small MMA gloves.
I mean, Doyle, for a kickboxer, his hands are very good. To me, Doyle punches like a boxer, you know, so he will definitely want to keep this standing, which he does. He backs off.
Good block by Heeley. Heeley closing the gap. Heeley doing the right thing, keeping inside of Doyle's range, keeping him clinched.
Excellent knees by Heeley. Whoa.
Good leading jab, catches the leg. Heeley landing in the half guard of Doyle at the moment.
Obviously, with Heeley being 6 inches shorter, he needs to be doing his dirty boxing and keeping him tight, Steve. He certainly doesn't want to be fighting Doyle at a distance, because you saw what happened in the first 10 seconds. So he's doing the right thing.
Yeah, I think Doyle knows his range. He knows where his powerful strikes are. And as long as Heeley spoils him, which he is doing now, you know, it does make a difference. Good kick back by Doyle. Heeley straight back on.
Doyle has really improved his grappling, but he definitely wants to keep this standing.
Heeley in the half guard of Doyle at the moment.
Well, I mean, Heeley's controlling the top position for most of the time. You know, he's raining blows, he's looking for submissions, so he'll be building up points with the judges, won't he, Steve?
Yeah, he certainly will. I mean, like we said earlier in one of the earlier bouts, it does come down to the aggressor, doesn't it, Peter?
It certainly does. And remember, you've got to beat the champion. If it's close, you won't win the title by being close. You've got to beat the champion.
There's one thing that you've got to say about Heeley, and that is he does push the pace. He doesn't stop moving. You know, he is an aggressor. And unless Doyle meets him or tries to overtake him, who knows?
What I like about Heeley is he waits for people when he's in their guard to go for a submission, and as they're going for it, he counters it. He's almost baiting them into that.
Yeah.
That's, you know, so his timing there is very, very good.
Basically, he's a counter grappler, isn't he? Or counter submission attemptist, if you can call it that.
You're right the first time, Steve.
Thanks for that one, Peter.
Again, Heeley on top, raining down blows. Doyle doing well, keeping his guards. Yeah, I think Doyle needs to get the standing, Steve, because at the moment, Heeley really is dominating the fight, isn't he?
Oh, he certainly is. He's keeping the pressure on Doyle all the time. You know, he's clinching him at the moment. Obviously, Heeley knew wisely he could strike to the head from the 3-point contact. Waited for Doyle to come up.
Well, Doyle used the cage there very, very well to work himself up, but Heeley, out hook throw, takes him straight back down again.
I mean, that's the difference. I mean, obviously, at this level, they're both experienced fighters now. They know the rules well, and they play to their advantage. End of round one, Peter.
I mean, the amount of people, Steve, that we have seen, especially first-timers, where they'll knock somebody down, they're getting excited, they dive on top of them and throw another blow to the head, and then get disqualified. That's the difference between having experience in the cage.
Well, this is it. Both fighters getting some good advice off the corner men. Gives them a chance to recover, get the breath back, get the heart rate down, and listen to our advice.
Well, you've got Steve Black and Eddie Yang. Eddie Yang is our British welterweight champion. You've got Mark Spencer in Doyle's corner. He looks a bit worried to me there, Steve.
Seconds away.
Well, I think he's going to have to come out. Doyle's going to have to come out in this second round and really push the pace, because apart from that good shot in the early couple of seconds, I mean, Heeley has pushed it a lot more. He's been more of an aggressor. Would you agree?
I would agree. I mean, if I was Doyle, I would keep him on the end of my jab. Keep him on the end of my jab, wait for Heeley to come in and let that big right go. But at the moment, Heeley is closing the distance. Well, too well, isn't he? Jab him off. Whoa.
Good high kick there by Doyle.
I mean, is Heeley keeping his hands low on
Good
purpose?
hand right. Well, I think Heeley's just waiting for the opportunity to get the gap closed. Heeley's fighting a very clever fight. Doyle trying to obviously create a gap, but Heeley not giving him a chance. Heeley gets another takedown again, coming into the second round.
Doyle doesn't want to be there, but if you are there on the ground, then at least work from your guards. Surprised Doyle hasn't tried for more submissions, but Heeley is countering so well, isn't he, Steve?
Yeah. He's just not giving Doyle a chance to think, really. He's moving all the time. You know, yeah, it's on the floor, but he's working all the time.
Good strikes again there by both fighters. Another good throw by Heeley, lands on top.
Yeah, I think up to now, I think it's 5 or 6 good successful takedowns by Heeley, which will go quite well in the judges.
I mean, let's face it, Steve, Heeley just hasn't give Doyle a chance to load off, to use his strikes. He's just closed the distance and taken it down.
Well, he's fighting the right fight. That's what he's doing. He's obviously keeping the gap closed, and he's not giving him a chance to obviously offload his long-range shots. But I think in the first round, in the first 10 seconds, obviously, give Heeley the decision to come in and keep this. He's just fighting a clever fight.
Will Doyle again use the cage to get up? Heeley is working, as you say, Steve. I mean, Doyle is as well, but Heeley's working so much more with the body and rib punches.
Yeah, he's working a lot of body shots into Doyle's side. Working into the half guard position at the moment. Doyle keeping him pulled in. Doyle just seems a bit wore out at the moment.
Well, I think he's just running out of ideas, it looks, Steve, you know, because Heeley is so good, you know, from the top position. Again, Heeley's still working with the rib shots. Doyle throwing a few back. I wonder if Doyle's just sort of holding it there, hoping the referee will stand them up. But because the work and the referee's not doing that. Yeah, good reversal by Doyle, well done.
Well, can Doyle work enough in the second round and gain enough points to win this fight, Peter?
He's looking for some sort of submission. Doyle backs off. Well, can Doyle keep it standing, or can Heeley close that gap again?
Well, if I was in Doyle's corner, excellent strikes by Heeley.
Heeley's even starting to win the stand-up war as well, Steve.
There's one thing you can certainly say about Heeley, and that is he's got a very big heart.
Do you not think that Doyle's getting just a little bit tired there? You know, he's not using his footwork to keep Heeley away.
Yeah, I mean, Heeley's pushed this pace both rounds, just getting another takedown. I mean, how fit is Doyle to keep up with this? I mean, you know, Heeley's just seems to be just pushing the pace all the time.
Well, to be quite honest, Steve, I think Doyle needs a knockout now, or submission.
Yeah, I think that's the only way he's going to be able to win this fight.
But he's still working, and in MMA, anything can happen.
Well, this is true.
"10 seconds to go. Heeley's still on top, still working. Well, Steve, well done to both fighters, but as I've already said, you know, you've got to take the belt from the champion. And I think Doyle just didn't do enough work there. But let's face it, Heeley just didn't let him.
He certainly didn't.
Fighters to the centre. Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 full 5-minute rounds, by unanimous decision by the judges, the winner in the red corner, Mr. Lee Heeley. And let's hear for his opponent, Mr. James Doyle.